Happy to have you along with us today, right here on Travel Michigan. I'm Dave Lorenz, along with Michelle Grinnell. And Michelle, we are headed to the west side of the state.
We are. We are headed to Grand Haven, which is one of our wonderful Lake Michigan destinations. And we are talking with Marcy Cisneros, who is the director of the Grand Haven Convention and Visitors Bureau. And welcome to the show, Marcy.
Hi, thanks for having me.
So summer is, I assume, in full gear in Grand Haven. I think a lot of folks know that Grand Haven is a great summer destination. For those who may not have experienced it yet themselves, let's start with a little introduction to what folks can expect when they come visit you.
Right. Well, our motto this time of year is sunny and 70, and we've been pretty fortunate, actually, to have some decent weather. And once summer actually finally got here, it's been just phenomenal. So we've had a really wonderful season thus far. And, folks love to come here and relax. I mean, we are kind of that leisure destination that couples and families kind of flock to in the summertime. So, we've got the great historic downtown where people can kind of shop and dine and mill about, and then that takes you right to the boardwalk, which wraps around the channel and, kind of takes you down, and you can see kind of the parade of boats coming in and out, and that goes all the way out to, the beautifully restored lighthouses and the beach, and so, yeah, it's just a classic all-American beach location.
Well, a lot of people might think of Grand Haven because of those beautiful lighthouses that you mentioned have just gone through a big restoration. It's a real icon for the area.
It is, and we've been fortunate to have supporters within the community and also outside visitors have contributed to kind of help make that happen. So the cylinder light is complete inside and out, has been restored. And then also the fog house. They're working on the fog house this summer. So if you're in town, be sure to take a look and kind of see the activity out there on the pier. So that should be finished up kind of mid to late summer.
Yeah, it's a nice thing. Well, of course, we're going to learn about Coast Guard Festival, but I have to ask you real quickly. I understand the musical fountain, there have been some recent work there to kind of bring it into today's technology?
I'm so glad you asked. Yes, the fountain. Last year they celebrated the 50th year. This year I still feel like we're celebrating the 50th year, just because there has been so much work that it started last year and is continuing this year, and that has completely had an overhaul as well. So it's been really nice to see the lighthouses come along, but also the fountain as well. These are two historic icons for our community. They really are being celebrated through this process, and new LED lights, which is phenomenal. I mean, if you haven't seen the fountain in a while, you definitely need to come, as well as the sound system, the software playback system, the sound system, and then the music itself is like high def. I mean, so everything is being upgraded, and new songs and theme nights. Yeah, a lot of changes.
And people can check it out during Coast Guard Festival, which is coming up before you know it. It's July 25th through August 3rd, I believe.
Yes.
Tell us about Coast Guard Festival. How did that start there, and why should people head there today?
Right. Well, it started back in 1924, was the very first picnic in which they celebrated. They were honoring the men and women of the Coast Guard, and that still is the focus today. So it's 90 years that there has been, a sort of celebration, a gathering for this purpose. And, we were designated by an act of Congress in 1998 as Coast Guard City USA. And that is something that as a community we take great pride in. And so this festival is, the one time a year where, we take this time to really celebrate. So we celebrate with the festival aspect, but we also have some special services that are very Coast Guard-like where folks can participate in that too.
Well, and it's a real red, white, and blue festival. I think people, when they think of something like Coast Guard Festival, they might think, oh, another festival. But, in this case, there's a true bond between the community and, our oldest seagoing branch of the military.
Right, very, very patriotic. I mean, it's a wonderful time, and if you're able to make it over, and that's a pretty decent stretch, from the 25th to August 3rd, and there's activities going on, each day there's something that you can participate in, and the last weekend, that August 3rd weekend, that's really kind of where, that's the big celebratory weekend. That's where everyone comes to celebrate all the activities.
Yeah. Talk about some of the activities that folks are going to find when they come out.
Right. So, they have musical entertainment, which happens primarily at Waterfront Stadium, which is right down there where the musical fountain will take place as well. And, for example, on Saturday, July 26th, they've got the Coast Guard Run. So if you want to participate in that, that's a great time to come into town. There's also a kids parade on the 26th. So if you've got your family, come and enjoy that. Sunday, July 27th is the Cruise and Car Show, and that gets a big audience. And it just keeps going on. The ships arrive on Monday the 28th. A lot of folks like to see the big vessels come in. It's kind of the parade of ships on that day. And then, on Tuesday is Kids Day, so there's a lot of free food and activities from 10 to 2. On Wednesday, the 30th, is Senior Day. So for those 50 and older, they can come and participate in all kinds of fun things like a Zumba class and line dancing and special entertainment. And
We're considering seniors over 50 now?
I know.
Oh.
When I read that, I'm like, really? 50 is a senior? I know. As I close in on that.
Hey, I'm all for discounts.
Right. So, and then there's just all kinds of fun stuff. The carnival gets going that week, too, and they've got special passes and coupons kind of distributed around town, so be sure to kind of look around town and visit the retailers and businesses in town to get those coupons. There's a Beatles tribute band on Thursday, the 31st at Waterfront Stadium. And then the craft fair, that's a favorite of Coast Guard. And they just have a wonderful selection of vendors down there at the park. And so on Friday, that starts at 9 a.m., and that runs through 7 o'clock on that day, and then it picks back up on Saturday.
When's the memorial service?
The memorial service is on Friday at 4. So I talked about that still kind of is the focus. And so that's if you really kind of want to come and be part of that more of a formal service part and kind of mix that with the festivities, then you should be down on Friday at 4.
Marcy, I have to tell you, last year I brought our German and UK representatives to Coast Guard Festival. We were there for the Saturday night show and the fireworks and all that. And our British representative, in quite proper British terminology, just said, she turned to me after the night was over, she said, "This is the best of America. This is the best of America." And it was just so cool to hear that.
That is wonderful. And you feel that way. I mean, even as as an international traveler, she came and felt that too. But when you're here, you definitely, you leave feeling that way too, that you're proud to be an American. So.
And, she said it with an English accent, so obviously she was right.
Absolutely. Everything is smarter with an English accent.
It just sounds better. They've got to be. Hey, Marcy, thank you so much. Coast Guard Festival coming to Grand Haven July 25th through the August 3rd big day. So enjoy that, Coast Guard Festival in Grand Haven. And for more information, all you have to do is go to the website, visitgrandhaven.com. I want to thank Marcy Cisneros, Director of the Grand Haven Convention Visitors Bureau, for joining us here today and filling us in on all those cool things. Hey, you can find out about other events all throughout the state. Couple major ways. Of course, you can always go to michigan.org. We have all that information for you 24/7 on that website. Of course, we have all that other information about great places, great attractions, maybe great ideas for outdoor things you might want to do, hiking, biking, you name it. Golfing, sightseeing, whatever. Plenty of great ideas there at michigan.org. Now, another thing you can do is you can order your Pure Michigan official state travel guide. The summer version is available right now. It's absolutely free. If you go to michigan.org, just look for that little icon about the magazine. They'll give you information on how you can order that simply by going online. Or you can get the entire magazine from the website as well. Just look at it for the digital version. And if you don't want the paper version, you can get it there as well. Great information about traveling all throughout the state. I was just looking at the kids' travel information. So if you have kids, there's great information on that. Good ideas to travel all around the state in that Pure Michigan official state travel guide as well. So check it out. You'll be happy you did. Hey, we're going to be talking to some folks up in St. Ignace next about a very neat Native American exhibit coming to St. Ignace. That's coming up next right here on Travel Michigan, where your trip begins at michigan.org.